Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and you're watching Kluver Vibes. Today we are going over the top 2 methods when it comes to paying off debt. There is the Avalanche Method and there's the Debt Snowball. My husband and I did the Debt Snowball method, and in this video I'm going to give you a little rundown on what each method is so that you can decide what is going to be best for you and your family. Let's go over the pros of using the Avalanche Method when paying off your debt. So number 1 is you minimize the amount of interest paid. Number 2, you lessen the amount of time it takes to get out of debt for yourself. What I'm going to talk about next is the minimizing interest paid. So I'll show you how to list your debt using the Avalanche Method next. So now I'm going to go show you hypothetical numbers in regards to debt. One of the things that I find important that I would recommend you do, get a list of all your debts. Write down the balances and then write down the interest and the minimum payments that you are paying on those debts. I find it very important to look at the numbers. It's very easy to say out of sight, out of mind. But if you want to handle your business, you got to look at it for straight on, all right? Don't be scared. You got this. Now, we have it listed here as the Avalanche Method. And what this means is you're paying your highest interest first and then your lowest one last. So this is an example of credit card. Let's say you have $7,500 in an outstanding balance. The minimum payment is $150, and then your interest is $23.99. So when you're using the Avalanche Method, you're not going to go in regards to balance, but rather you're going to go in regards to interest. And then what happens is once you knock out this one, that $150 minimum payment is now going to go towards this one. So then your next minimum payment is going to be $225. While you're paying off credit card number 1, make sure to keep these minimum payments up to date. That is very important. Next, I'm going to go over the cons in regards to using the Avalanche Method to pay off your debt. So now we're going to go over the cons in regards to using the Avalanche Method when paying off your debt. Number 1, it's very important that you are disciplined, because you're not going to experience quick wins due to balances being all over the place. That's going to be hard to stay motivated. So it's very important to stay disciplined on that method. And then number 2, quick wins aren't going to come so fast. So you want to stay motivated if you're going to try out this method. And now we're going to go over the Debt Snowball and that method for you. For the Debt Snowball, this is the method that my husband and I use to get out of debt for ourselves. This is paying off your smallest debt to your largest debt. Now in this, the pros when using this method are that it's really easy to follow, fairly simple, and you will experience the quick wins when it comes to this method. Now I'm going to show you a list of debts so that you see how you would list your debt if you're going to use the Debt Snowball method. So for the Debt Snowball, I have an example here of hypothetical numbers to look at when you are paying off your debt. For example, let's say you have a credit card with a $200 balance, your interest rate is 19, your minimum payment is 25. Then you have credit card number 2, $850, 12.5% interest and $50. Then you have a student loan of $9,000, interest of 7.3, and a $200 minimum payment, and a car loan of $19,000, 2.9 is your interest rate, and your minimum payment is $500. The difference here is on the Debt Snowball, your list of debt is organized by smallest to largest. Now, my husband and I enjoyed this because of the quick wins. For example, once you pay off this $200, your $25 minimum payment will now go to credit card number 2. So your minimum payment is going to be $75, and then you have a bigger chunk to work with. So once those 2 are paid off, now you're going to go to your student loan and you're going to use $275 to pay this car or this student loan off. And then when you get to your car loan, you're going to have the $275 now moved into this one. So then your car loan will now be getting a monthly payment of $775. That just excites me because when you use the Debt Snowball, your wins are going to be faster and it's way more exciting, I feel like personally. So that is the debt snowball listed in regards to your debt. Now I'm going to go over the cons when you're using the debt snowball next. So let's get into the cons when paying off using the debt snowball. You could incur more interest when you're using this because your interests are not organized by highest to lowest, rather it's by smallest to largest debt. And then it can take longer to get out of debt. Now, one quote, and this is not exactly verbatim in regards to what Dave Ramsey shows or what he's learned when he came up with the debt snowball method and the baby steps, is that it's 20% head knowledge, but 80% behavior when getting out of debt. He learned that when you are paying off your debt and you're getting the quick wins when it comes to debt snowball, that is going to give you more motivation to keep going because you're pumped and your behavior is showing you that you can do this. Now, I want to go ahead and end the video with letting you know that Dave Ramsey states that if you're using the debt snowball method, you are more likely to get out of debt between 18 to 24 months. My husband and I used the debt snowball. We loved it. We highly recommend it. It was nice because that $900 that we were giving out in regards to credit cards, student loans, a car loan is no longer out there to pay creditors, but it's now a part of our income and we get to use it however we like. So these are the top two methods in regards to paying off your debt, the Avalanche and the debt snowball. If you have any questions, go ahead and list them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.